Hello everybody, it's Mr. Chase. I promised you a quick little video on field journals. We just didn't have time this last week to get to it. So here you go. This shouldn't be very long, hopefully less than 2 minutes, but we'll see by the time I'm done. So here's a quick little overview for you. Get here, there. Okay, oh yeah, before I forget, I'm wearing it on a Sunday and I'm sweating, but you need to wear your red Grace polo shirt when we travel both ways. That's to and from Catalina, so it's a policy of the school and it's a good policy. It helps us track you guys and make sure you don't get mixed up with the other 140 kids that are on the book. All right, so just please remember to do that. Tell your friends too if you happen to see them, if you're picking them up or whatever. Just make sure everybody's in their red polo shirt, please. Thank you. All right, so here's a field journal. I know it's going to be a little hard to see. This is a sample for you. The things I want you to note about this is it's neat. You can see it. It's neatly organized. It's not all over the page. It's kind of cool in the way that it's flexible in terms of how it's set up. There's no set structure, and I think that's what was kind of a challenge for me and Mrs. Jones when we were looking for examples. There's no exact set structure for these things. It's just gonna kind of flow out of what we're learning that day. So you can see there's a cool diagram or picture of a bird. Now, it's not perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just do the best you can on these. It's numbered. It gives a context of where it's happening and what they're talking about. And then there's a bunch of observations. And you can see there's some blocking and highlighting of different parts of the text. Hopefully your screen's big enough that you can see that. Okay, so this is a pretty good example. Here's another one. This one's obviously a little bit more elementary than middle school, but it's still good. They have a question, a date, a title, the question, kind of what they're studying, what they did, and then the observations, and then what they learned. So, and then a little diagram. So those are the kinds of things you'll see in a field journal. And then there's one more. This is actually from Catalina, and this is Fish Lab. And you can see there's different elements here. I'm pointing to it like you can see it, but let me move my cursor. So up here, we've got a date, title, the date, the time, the location, which is will be all over Catalina Island, the purpose or the class, and sort of the essential question, and then a character trait, because they talk about character traits. And then this particular class happens to be a table, and you can see there's different kinds of fish and then their characteristics. Okay, so let me just break that down for you a little bit. In your field journal, you're going to have a date, a time, the location. Usually they put weather, as I recall, the purpose of the class, sort of the essential question, and then the character trait that goes with that particular class. So this is going to be on every entry, every formal entry that you have. And then you're going to have all your information, charts, whatever else you have, text. And then at the end, here's something I want to make sure that we do to get you guys really focused in here. Just review what you've learned, kind of a quick summary. And then here's the part that's really a little bit more of a challenge. I want you to make sure that you're engaging with the class and not just taking notes and looking at it as a fact gathering experience. I want you to really apply yourselves and come up with questions like, now that you've had this class or learned this information, what other questions might you have? Or what are your thoughts about what you've learned? Or, what are some other things that you'd like to pursue? Because every class will give you information, but it also should generate some more questions and some more thought. And then lastly, your reflections on the class. And the reflections would be more along the lines of, what was your experience? You could say things like, I really enjoyed this class. We spent a lot of time in the water. It was really fun. That's fine. Or you could say things like, the person talked for kind of a long time and we didn't get to do as much as I'd hope. So just your reflections. Okay, so 3 kind of endpoint questions or things I'd like you to include in your journal. We're going to have to remember this and put it so you have the header, which is at the very beginning, and then this at the end, what you learned, kind of additional questions you may have that arise after being in the class, and then just a quick sort of a reflection on your class. What was it like for you? Okay, if you want a little bit more information, although I didn't find it particularly helpful, Mountain Sea Adventure has a guide, and the link's right here, so you can pause the video if you want and go there and see it, how to transform your students into scientists. That's you guys. And then just remember to wear your red Grace polo shirt. See you at 8:30 sharp on Monday morning. And remember that we leave from San Pedro and return to the Queen Mary. That's 2 different places, not the same place. 8:30, red polo shirt. See you guys there.